Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Dice Cult for episode 169 of On the Backs of Gods. I'm your DM, Jillian, and we have our players here today. Same as always, we have Kyle, Matt, Katie, Josh, and Greg. I think we can go ahead and jump into our recap and get back into the woods. Last session, all of you were in the process of gathering information, ideas, items to prepare yourselves to go into the woods. For one, to find Rose. For two, to interact with the lurk, the Somler, the forest itself, to talk to it about Nyx's problem and see if you can trade it a disgusting jar for Nyx's life. And whatever else you may stumble across or want to learn, there's plants to find if you're so inclined to keep a friend in Calendula, a powerful medicine person who could be a good friend and says if you bring enough of the stuff back, they will make you a nasty little poison with it. So if you stumble across it, useful. But more information is given. Nyx and Keld, your father, explains more information about when he went into the woods to save Keld's life when he was a child, and that he interacted with the lurk, the Somler, and can't give you much insight into it. Like, he didn't understand it. He couldn't comprehend its motives, its intentions. Hell, okay. But said that basically the only way that he got through this was by leaning into the darkness. And by that, he basically, him and the good grader who went with him, they set up little relics of the lurk and then blindfolded themselves and did not look the whole night. Anytime that they were laying down and it was nighttime, they did not look. They just accepted whatever was going to happen, eyes closed. And that seemed to work for them, saving Keld's life in the process, and then said that even though the lurk was kind enough to save Keld, the journey home was still treacherous and Keld could have died anyways. So it's a creature he does not understand, but objects are being obtained to help you guys, including these little relics, these little symbolic imageries of the lurk, so to appease it, if that's what it did, if that helped at all. And Nyx has a conversation with her mother, talking about her grandmother, who was a very adept medicine woman, an adept druid, and we're talking through ways that they could probably help Keld. Your mother says she is not skilled in that way, not that intensely, but asks you when the last time you interacted and, gave worship to where you get your magic from. And remember your grandmother running around naked, covered in mud and interacting with the woods in that way, and she was a very powerful druid. So things to consider for later if you want to try and help Keld get his hand back. Roshan goes and stares at the woods for a while. After everybody goes to sleepies, the ladle comes and interacts for a bit. And the shadow seems, for the first time, actually, like, it seems like they weren't there and have now just arrived and are like taking everything in, and feel that there is something in the woods, but it keeps kind of fading in and out of like their periphery. But there is an attempt with Nyx and Russ to go dream spelunking. Russ is given drugs, gives worship to the goddess of dreams, and is going to attempt to go into Nyx's dreams as Nyx had gone into Keld's dreams. And the next morning, after he is done fan service, no shirt on, cleaning snow off the roof and fixing paneling and shit, he does come talk to you, Nyx. And he tells you that he thinks it worked, that he was in a situation where he could have gone into your dreams. But he says when he approached, there was a bit of a barrier and he knew that he could open it. But something else was there. and he made the decision to not open the barrier of your dreams to go in. So that's what he tells you, is that he's like, it didn't feel safe, so I didn't do it. And then also gives you his goodbyes before you go off into the woods on your adventure, which he's not allowed to go on, can't get overtime. Can't get overtime. Do we want Russ interacting with the hag? Unclear. We can all make our own choices about that. But anyways, after some goodbyes and some gathering of items, you make your way into the woods after a beautiful attempt to try to get Rose through a tree, who is behaving normal and good, seemed to not be at least there. Maybe she just was too slow to get to this particular tree. And Roshan was instead accosted by something, but was able to get out of it mostly unscathed. And you made your way into the woods. And you encountered some wolves, which you have two rangers. You all just sort of yelled at them real loud and they went away, because why wouldn't they? It wasn't worth it. You're a big group. And they're like, all right, you win this round. And you eventually make it to the brushwood, which you can see is like, it almost feels like stepping through a portal into a different world. When you go through it, it's the trees behind you seem so foreign, and the ones in front of you even more so. It is different and stark. The air is the same, the trees are the same, but it is not a place you are familiar with. And you start to trek forwards through this area where you can start to feel this kind of oppressive energy in the air, and this nostalgic fear from the darkness that encompasses the place. And you begin to make your way northwest. And currently, I'm going to ask Fen, because Fen, you're leading the charge. We talked about this a bit, but I just want to confirm. So in your maneuvering, are you attempting more of a beeline situation where it's like, if we run into those pillars of light, those pillars of safety, that's great, but we will get there quicker if we just make a straight line instead of zigzagging to these areas of light? Or are you going to slow down the group even more by zigzagging to the closest pillars of light?
I think it's a blend of following the light, but also the easiest terrain, because lots of people are going to have a lot of trouble seeing in darkness as it is, and I don't want somebody, like, I want to make the easiest path as possible, because I think if we're moving efficiently and not stumbling, that's probably faster than just trying to take a straight line.
Okay, so efficiency over trying to hit these pillars of light.
Yeah.
Okay, neat. And you all begin to make your way forwards. And speaking of making your way forwards, Fen and Nana, wisdom saving throws.
All righty, here we go.
Sounds safe.
Yeah, very safe, super safe, excellent safe, very super duper, extremely safe. I'm super confident.
14.
Okay.
Oh damn, 17.
Now go ahead and give me insight.
All right.
Insight, please.
Oh, whew, nat 20.
Very cool.
16.
Okay. As it is leading a group, it's a bit draining. It feels more draining than normal, leading the team through the woods. Nana, you are picking up on this draining energy because you are actively looking outwards. You are actively looking into shadows and trying to see things, and Fen has to do that to lead the group. Both of you are being impacted by looking outwards,
Okay.
by being so focused on outwards, while the rest of the crew can look around, but
Yeah.
are following. So they are in a
Right.
safer position, but you
Yeah.
feel that it is draining to look beyond the group.
Okay. I think when she figures that out, she's going to voice that to the group before we get too far. Just gonna let you all know, I know we're moving slow as it is. This is draining. Looking out into all this is worse than anywhere else we've been. I don't know if we'll need more breaks, or if we'll just need to change out someone who's on watch periodically, maybe, in order to keep moving forward. Something we may have to figure out as we go, but I think we should keep an eye on it.
Okay. Maybe we could make it to some light. I don't know if that would help.
Next time we can make a safe detour, maybe. What do you think, Fen?
That's fine. I'm having trouble focusing.
Yeah. You're feeling it too, right?
It's just a lot.
Mm-hmm. Take the next possible detour through the next beam of light, and then we'll make our best way forward from there, okay?
Maybe we can come up with a plan, some sort of something.
Yeah. We'll see what we can do. Keep moving forward for right now. We'll adjust if we need to.
Is everyone else doing all right?
Sound off.
No. Fine.
Think so.
Haven't been
Roshan-
working out.
Roshan is out of breath,
Yeah.
but gives a thumbs up.
Okay. Yep.
He
All
looks
right.
great.
You're doing all right. You're doing all right. Now to make sure that he's got a
Hang
water
in there.
sack with him, and that he's hydrating and not
Hmm.
dehydrating. So here we go. Yep. Just carrying on.
All right. You continue making your way forward.
Mm-hmm.
Fen, even though you feel oddly uncomfortable in the space to some degree, it's still the woods in some sense, even if it feels like the shell of something. But you are able to begin efficiently, safely moving the group forward at the quickest pace that you can, which is not very quick. But you're still moving safely, it feels like, so that people aren't struggling over their feet as much. You seem to be able to do that. And you make your way forwards, and Keld, you feel a voice pierce into your mind, something that just radiates into the space. And this voice sort of like echoes around in there a moment. Hi there, this is Chloe from Midgard Messages, here to relay a message from none of your fucking business. Here is your mental message. You left town without telling me. Go fuck yourself. Why would I work with a twat who can't send a fucking message? Choke and die. I'll do it myself. Why should I trust a bunch of flaky bastards? No, I'm fucking done, you cunt. Don't you dare charge me for that. Stop. And the message ends. You may respond. It seems that multiple sendings were used to send this message from Midgard Messages.
Can I assume that was Clove Kid?
How about you can ask.
Uh-oh.
Who's Angie?
Oh boy, it could be a couple people.
New sending, who dis?
New sending stone, who dis?
This person would not give their name. Their name was none of your fucking business.
Can I interact with the others before I respond, or do I have to respond right now?
You gotta respond right now.
I guess I'm going to just respond. I'm sorry. Who is this?
Yeah. You see Kel. I'm sorry, who is this?
Somebody messaging you?
Yeah, and they seem very upset
About what?
about leaving town without them.
Oh, them. Did you promise somebody you'd take them?
I don't
With
remember
us?
promising someone I'd take them.
It wasn't Thor, right?
No,
She knew
it's
we were
pretty sure
leaving.
she didn't want to.
That was sort
She
of
had
the
other
impression
plans.
I'd had, but who else is going to be messaging you? It's
Maybe
weird.
I mean, did they say they were mad that you left, or you left without telling them you were leaving? Because that's a bit different.
Oh.
they did say leaving without telling them, I think.
Oh. Had you spoken to somebody at the party, maybe? You were a bit buzzed on the last night.
Kel's the least
Uh,
offensive of us, and if he's pissing people off, I'm not sure what chance the rest of us have.
Yeah, I don't know. Wait,
Maybe it's not
was
meant for
there
me.
somebody like I don't know? You were trying to avoid somebody at the dance hall at one point.
I don't think it was that person. I'm drawing a
Well,
blank.
if
I don't really think, I'm pretty sure out of anyone that would be this mad, it would be Gunhild, because we were supposed to update her on what info we learned from Bosch. Probably, that's my guess.
Hmm.
Hmm. Well,
We
I
could,
can't imagine it's safe for us to message her from here, is it?
I
I mean, supposedly she knows how to get here, but
I doubt she'd want to.
could try reaching out to her when, if Rose able later,
yeah.
if you want to.
Yeah.
When safe to do so, let's save resources for now. I thought.
He's
Yeah.
gonna have to wait.
For the time being, I suppose let us know if you get any more irate sendings.
Hello, this is Chloe from Midgard Messages. Here to
And Kel
relay a
just sort of like
message.
tilts his head. Uh-oh, here we go.
Incoming.
Here to relay a message from I'm giving this bitch a couple of coins to tell you to fuck off.
Hmm.
Thank you for using Midgard Messages.
Well, she paid for that. Okay. Can I respond to that one? Cool. Then I will let her know that we will be in touch as soon as we can. We're in dire situation, so
So you all keep moving forwards. It seems
I guess we do.
Chloe does not message you back.
No further irate messages from Chloe.
Yeah, Chloe, who is probably just watching this person berate her and having to just relay it
poor
in
Chloe.
time.
Yeah, poor
She doesn't
Chloe.
deserve that.
Chloe
She
doesn't
should get a
deserve
tip.
this. She won't be
She
getting
won't.
one.
She
I
should get
can
a
tell you guys,
raise.
canonically, she will not be getting a tip from this person.
She should get a raise and a vacation.
But you guys make your way forwards. You find a pillar of light that the thing is, these pillars of light aren't big. So it's kind of like you're walking, trying to find one that it's like, all right, this one can encompass the group and we can take like a moment. So your first leg of the journey, you are able to make your way to one of these pillars of light. At that point, you also are now going to lose Pass Without Trace, and you are currently at this pillar. I'd love to know who is heading this next journey, who's doing the next leg, and if anybody is doing perception. You're muted.
Should I throw on another Pass Without Trace before we head forward, or how are we
Oh,
feeling?
honestly, I think save resources and don't do magic we don't need to do here.
Okay.
Are my thoughts. I don't think we're as hidden with or without it as is worth it.
You're not wrong.
I
I
agree.
don't like it, but yeah, I got to agree with you. So I'll hold on to it. Is there anything else that we should do to prepare before we head on?
We should have something we're looking for. Otherwise it feels like we're wandering. Nix or Keld, do you have, is there any chance you might be able to find the plant we're looking for? Magically,
Oh, I was
mundanely.
thinking about that.
I can try. It won't lead me it'll just be like an instant where I would know the direction and like how far it is.
What sort of terrain does it grow in? I can keep an eye out as well.
It
But
was
it's in water.
yeah, he said it was a water thing.
Okay. All right.
But I
Any
can-
downslopes would be worth checking out then, at least briefly.
I should be able to figure out at least a direction and how far it would be from us. And if it's the
Okay.
same one as we were heading,
So much the better.
mhm.
Okay.
So I'll sit down and ritual cast locate plants.
And
Okay.
while you're doing that, I guess Nana's just gonna make sure that everybody's got water, everybody's got food. I suppose the rest of us could take, I don't know, what, a short rest if we need it.
Are you guys sitting for an hour?
Oh, not an hour. Never mind.
That's a short rest.
Understood.
How
Yeah,
long
I
does
keep
it take
forgetting that.
to ritual cast?
See, it says the
10
casting
minutes?
times and action. So yeah, probably 10 minutes.
Sure. Because I'm like, it doesn't say, but it says it's
Yeah,
a ritual, but it
exactly.
says it's a casting time as an action. So we'll go with 10 minutes. 10 minutes passes. You aren't getting any pings. You believe that this is not within 5 miles of you currently.
All right. It's at least still 5 miles away. So can try again after we keep going.
Sure.
Guess we'll keep an eye out or an ear out for water.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Simple
Who's
enough.
leading? Is anyone doing a perception check as we go? Is anyone percepting? Who's leading?
We should percept.
I think we should percept. Fen, do you want to trade off front and rear guard for this lap, or?
I was thinking this go round, if I could be somewhere near the middle, there's something I can keep track of, I think, without let my eyes focus a bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And while we travel, Fen wants to specifically be watching the beams of light, and he wants to be able to gauge by the angle that the light's coming down that they're still heading the right direction and about how much daylight they have left.
Sure.
Okay.
So Nana, you're leading?
Yeah.
Okay. And I mean, with that, I suppose both of you give me survival checks.
Okay. Okay. That is 19.
Okay.
You got a natural 1, but it's a 13.
Okay. Both of you make wisdom saving throws for me, please.
15.
That is an 18.
Okay. You begin to make your way forward. You are able to keep track of time. You know that you have at least a couple more hours to travel so that you, without it becoming your beams of light safety, will still be there. After that, It's a good luck kind of thing. Good
Okay.
luck to you. But you make your way forward. Nana leading pretty well. You feel as confident as you can in this scenario.
Yeah.
Still having
It's
to
not a
look into
forest
the
that I'll have
darkness.
proficiency in, but
Yeah.
you know.
And Fen, with what you're doing, trying to focus on the light with your nat 1, it is your eyes do keep veering away from the lights and into the dark as you look outwards. So you kind of just shift, like, and you keep trying to pull your eyes back, but it is still draining. You make your way forward, and Nana, you feel like a little crunch underfoot, and you stop. And you can see that the area before you is just a terribly, the word patch would be underwhelming, but it is just huge, almost lake of icy mud. And it is something that you're like, we can navigate this, but this is going to be a difficult navigate as you test it. And it is just immediately like crunch and then slurp as you have to pull your boot out of the mud.
Oh,
We are
dear.
going to be doing a skill challenge.
Oh boy. Good thing
So-
most of us are tied together, except for Fen, who will be holding onto the rope.
So for this, we are going to need 5 successes before 3 failures.
Got it.
So I need you to provide me with a skill you would like to use to make your way through the thick mud. If you are using abilities or spells or something, it could possibly either lower the DC or give you advantage. But if you get 3 fails before 5 successes, there will be consequences. If you use the same skill more than once, the DC goes up. So if you're like, I use survival, and then somebody's like, I use survival, it'll go up each time somebody uses that skill.
I've got something.
Okay.
Roshan would like to make his way forward using Arcana and Shape Water to freeze the ground more solid.
Oh,
So he doesn't sink in.
Okay.
I like that.
Is there like a size for control water? It's pretty big, right? Did I make that up?
It's pretty small. It's shape water, not control water.
Oh,
So
you right.
it's
I was
a
just
5
like,
foot square.
wow, just the whole thing. Like, we're good.
Oh.
Everyone go.
Wow.
Okay, so you have advantage on your Arcana saving throw, DC 20.
Okay. That's a 32.
Okay. Woo. That'll be 1 success as you begin to make your way forward.
I would have disadvantage because I'm exhausted. So the
So a
lower
straight roll. What was the lower?
the first one then was an 8, so it's still a 23, but
Okay. So still content, tired, but using your magic to assist you in walking forward. You kind of have to just use it for you, or if you see
Yeah.
somebody struggling. Like you could be like, and there you go. I'll stand in the mud for a second so I can help you walk forward. But you are able to
Yeah.
begin making your way forward. Who'd like to go next?
Literally sharing the name with a type of wetland. Fen has navigated frozen swamp areas before. And I think he could probably use nature to somewhat give a better idea of what areas look more solid than others.
Sure. Using nature for that. I will say this is also a DC 20.
Okay. That is a 21.
Okay. That is 2 successes as Roshan creates steady ground and you are able to help people by navigating. Like, that seems like a good spot. That's not going to slow you down as much. That's not going to make you lose a boot. So you are able to push the team forward along with Roshan, keeping a steady pace. Who's next? If you can't guess by my number, everybody has to go once before somebody can go again.
I can't figure out. I feel like Nyx would just turn herself into a bird, though, to get over it and wait to not crack the ice and mud.
You
Point.
see, but this is a
No. Oh
skill
no.
I
check.
know.
Oh no. Oh
Bird
no.
skill. Use your
Um,
little bird feet.
Turns into
Can
a
you
bird
can you
feet
try and
later.
find us a good path across?
An overhead path.
something you
As the
could
crow
do.
flies.
You could do something like perception and lead from above.
I like that more.
Hmm.
You have a new body because you're a bird, so just perception. DC for bird flying in the sky. You know what? I'll keep it up 20.
All right,
This
bird.
dark woods. You can do it.
Bird has advantage on seeing things, apparently.
Ooh.
Sure. Take the
Owls
advantage
do.
then.
Oh, cool. Good.
That's probably a good thing because the first one was a 2.
Ooh.
Mm.
Uh-huh.
The second one was a 5 on the dice. So
Which
bird
the
sees
better.
nothing.
Oh.
All right. That is
This is
one
at 15.
failure.
Okay. Not suited.
Nyx, you're like, I got this, babes. And you realize English is now gone for you. Common is dead. And you
Oh
no.
speak as a bird. So either you have to loudly squawk at people or fly around and try and be like, this way, go this way. But the density of the trees and it is hard for you to navigate even as a bird while trying to help your friends.
Mm.
So you're like, I don't think I'm helping, but at least I'm not in the mud.
Yeah. Not stuck in the mud.
You're welcome, guys. I did it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Who's next?
Let's see. Which skills have we done so far?
Perception, nature, and arcana.
Nana, in that case, I think is gonna lean into survival. Trying to, similar to Fen, she's been through muddy, half-frozen, fairly swampy areas in some of the denser parts of the woods around Galunder. I think that she's at least got a sense for how to navigate that type of terrain decently. And is trying to aid people in finding good solid places to land and to step.
Okay, DC 20.
Woohoo! Oh, ooh, it is a dirty 20 exactly.
There you go. It's slow going, but it's just a bunch of people being like, you can step there. Hey, you can step there. Hey, now you can step there.
Bird squawk.
And there's just a bird flying overhead screaming.
Patu owl.
I feel like even if
This
I did
Patu.
use beast sense to look through Nyx's eyes at this point, I don't think I'd be able to see anything. I'm not sure she's getting much.
And who's next?
Me.
I
I
what are we
think
doing?
we're just going to use our athletic skills because
Yeah.
Keld's walked in many a woods through many a mud.
Yeah.
So he's probably pretty good about catching himself before he falls face first into mud.
Okay.
Thank God
Held
for you.
just walks.
Just
It's
walking.
mud. He's like, I'll just walk. Go
I'm
ahead and give
fine.
me athletics, please. DC 20.
You got this, babe.
Hey. 27.
Hell yeah. You love to
You
see
guys
it.
just watch Keld make his way kind of the front of the group, just walking. Keld, at one
Super
point you
casual.
feel like something give underfoot, and God, it feels like crunching bone, but you just kind of have to keep walking. You're like, I'm gonna keep going and pretend that did not happen. Okay, so now anybody can jump back in, but you have one more success needed, 2 more failures to fail.
I think Fen.
Repeats go up.
I think Fen is feeling more confident having feeling like he's seen the spots that are more solid. And there's trees in this muddy patch, right? Or
Oh,
are
so many
there?
trees. There's trees everywhere.
Okay. So thinking that, yeah, probably around the bases of the trees, probably a bit more solid, uh, ice extending out from there. What Fen wants to do is he wants to take some of that rope, uh, that that he has along with the rope that his team is carrying, and he's going to use acrobatics to try and jump good patch to good patch to good patch, and
Ooh.
like put rope up in the trees so that everybody can like follow his path
Ooh.
through.
Okay. And you're
So
doing acrobatics,
acrobatics.
DC 20.
Come on, bud. You got this.
14 on the die, and I think I have +9, so 23.
Yeah.
You make your way slowly, agonizingly through the mud, and it is not a terrible threat, you know? It's mud.
Hmm.
Are there spots that could have been dangerous? Of course.
Mhm.
The danger you feel like, at least in the middle scale, is, boy, is this using a lot more energy than I wanted to expend in this moment. But
Mhm.
because of your beautiful teamwork and your many an idea to navigate through the ice, whether if that is just I walk through it,
Mhm.
you are able to get through this area without you feel like time loss or exhaustion. And you continue your way through. This will be your final leg for the day before you can decide you would like to stop because the sun will be setting. Who is leading this leg? Is anyone doing perception?
I'll be happy to hang and do the perception myself. If I can let somebody else take point for this lap, I'd appreciate it.
I guess I'll do it again if no one else wants to turn it.
If you're sure you
I
can
can
handle
lead.
it. You all right for that, Kel?
Mhm.
Okay. Let us know if you need to tag out, all right?
Sure thing.
Okay. I need a survival check from Keld and a perception check with disadvantage from Nana.
Okay. I have +12, so I'm hoping that'll help to offset. We'll see. Ooh,
15
damn!
for survival.
Damn, yeah. It could have been a natural 20, but it was still an 18 on the dice.
Hey.
So +12, that's 30-ish,
Jesus.
I think. Yeah, 30. I
You are
have eagle
looking
eyes now.
so deeply into these woods.
Oh, good.
Maybe we shouldn't.
Oh, no! Uh-oh!
You're welcome to keep doing it.
Oh,
What did you get, Keld?
15.
Okay. Not terrible. You make your way forward. You're not a ranger, but fuck it, you know?
Hey, you can lead the way.
You begin to make your way
I
forward,
could give my friends a break.
You're
and
a
I
good
need
man.
a wisdom saving throw from Nana and Keld.
Yeah. All right. Oh. Mm. Where'd you go? There you are.
15.
Okay.
This
Well,
seems to be my number.
that's a 12.
Okay. Nana, roll me a d8.
Okay.
D8 levels of exhaustion, instant death.
Nana just falls over.
Just face first in the mud.
Nana
Oh,
just like
no.
stands up and like looks around and then just out.
Dies
Dead.
Oh, God.
instantly. It's a 2 on my D8.
Okay.
I don't know what that means.
And if you could go ahead and roll me a d4. If you get a 4, roll again.
Alrighty. D4. What do I have? It is a 3.
Okay. One moment.
Dice rolls, we don't even know which ones to root for or
I know.
tough.
I'm like, I don't know if that's good or bad. I can't tell. I
I
don't
want
know.
I want to be so excited for Nana, but I don't know if I should be.
Not sure
Nana, as you
Someone-
are walking and your eyes veer to Keld at the front, and then Fen, who is veered off to the middle, and you're looking around at your friends. They could kill you in these woods and nobody'd ever know. They could betray you at this moment, right now. Nobody'd ever know. It is a thought that just enters your mind oh so casually that you think that maybe your friendship is conditional. And while you are having these thoughts, you think, no reason to be hasty. No reason to cause trouble. I'm outnumbered as it is, and that paranoia begins to sink in. But also, if they were a little more tired than you, or a little more like damaged than you, that wouldn't be so bad. At this time, you cannot target any of your allies with a buff or healing spell.
Oh,
So no friendly spells for your allies from you.
cool.
But no friendly fire, right?
Not yet.
So, nope. I'm outnumbered, remember?
Paranoia.
Fine.
You make your way forward, and Kel, you're like, I'm feeling great. And there's Nana behind you, like breathing hard.
Oh no.
But you are able to get as far as you think you can get, and you can start to look for camp, unless you'd like to push on through the night.
We're not that stupid.
No.
Are we?
I mean, it might be the quick way to meet the Somler, but
I mean,
not the
come
good way.
here,
No.
come here,
Straight into the
Somler.
Somler's hands.
Hey, Somler.
Yeah.
You want to pick us up like you did Rose? Shortcut?
I think we might need to set up camp soon. It's getting even darker.
Yeah.
So you're welcome to set up camp. What are we looking for? Where are we putting this bubble? If we're using the bubble. Your father didn't have a bubble.
I mean, neither did Rose.
And she seems fine.
Yeah,
Totally
very
fine.
fine and normal, perfectly normal, absolutely 100% healthy, nothing wrong whatsoever here.
I
Is
think it might
there
be.
is there a patch of like where there would be a column of sunlight if the sun were high,
Yeah.
or somewhere that's just not creepy dark?
Yeah, you can pick a spot that would be like directly under a pillar of light if you were so inclined.
Mm.
Perhaps we do that, and then that'll tell us when it's time to go in the morning.
I like that idea.
It's as good an idea as any of us have had so far. You sure you're not a ranger, Roshan?
Al, I just grew up in Galander. It's close enough, I guess.
You're getting some practice. We all are.
Okay. Roshan, you begin to ritual cast the bubble.
Yep.
And
Roshan will sit down cross-legged and start to hum a nice little tune.
neat. So is everybody focusing inwards as the light dies, or is somebody keeping watch while Roshan begins to ritual cast?
I was gonna hand out snacks, but
You can do that.
yeah, I just want to make sure everybody gets a bite to eat before we close our eyes.
Sure.
Did we
I'm gonna
really wait till the
focus on the
last
party.
possible? We really wait till the last possible minute here to do this. All right,
No, there's still some light.
all
It's
right.
just
Yeah.
is somebody keeping watch while Roshan
I
is
think-
ritual casting. That's all.
I think that Nana is kind of just keeping her head on a swivel regardless. I think that she is just restless. She's uneasy. And, guys, I think that's not an unreasonable way to feel here.
Are you doing a perception check?
I am doing a perception check.
Okay, give me a perception check with disadvantage.
You got it. Ooh. Well, with disadvantage, it's still a 16.
Okay. Wisdom saving throw.
Cool. Oh, hot damn. 21.
Okay. You maintain your current status. And the bubble is risen and you are all inside. What does the outside look like, Roshan?
I think at this point the outside is a mirrored surface. It in an attempt to just reflect everything out, it just looks like a weird mirrored bubble.
Okay. Is there anything before you guys close your eyes?
Oh, we meant to set these items out.
Mm-hmm. Let's do that for sure.
And get blindfolds on.
Mm-hmm.
You
Can I
guys
clock Nana's unease?
go ahead and roll insight for me.
Going to assume a 19 plus 6, 25.
So Nana, you can either roll against that or you can say what he's picking up on a 25.
Paranoia dictates Nana's gonna try and keep it inside. So she will attempt to roll against it, yes.
Right, deception, please.
Okay.
Deceiving.
24.
Oh, a shame.
Nice try.
What does Keld pick up on? He picks up on the vibes you have.
Yeah, tense. Obviously ill at ease in terrain she doesn't know. Like she's keeping an eye on everybody around the camp. She always does. That's her
Mhm.
habit. I don't know, she's not making her rounds, but that's what Fenn's doing right now, so
I think Keld will direct it towards Nana. Encourage her to dig down for some more comforting thoughts. Maybe a place that she'd rather be right now.
Well, that's easy. That's pretty much anywhere at the moment. Oh, there's so many places I'd rather be. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah, I right there with you.
Huh.
And yet we need to be here, so
Yeah. It's all right. It's fine.
Nana, can we have some good berries, please? For tomorrow before we sleep.
Yeah, I'll make sure I get it done before tonight.
You don't want to give them those good berries, Nana. That's just going to make them stronger.
Even if it is just 1 HP, it still fills their bellies.
And that sounds like a helpful spell.
Yeah, I think this winds up being something Nana forgets to do tonight.
Okay. Oh, silly me.
Oh,
Shoves
no,
all
no.
10 good
Shoo,
berries
me, me.
into her mouth.
Yeah.
Oh, weird.
Oh no.
Oh no, they fell on the ground.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah. Like, Nana, you're able to understand that, these are your friends, but you were told that the woods will turn people against each other and you're ready for it at the drop of a hat. And you don't want that person to have a full belly. So you take that into account.
Literally everybody else here could paste her.
Yeah. All right. Anything before bed as the light is now rapidly dying.
Just keeping an eye on people. That's it.
Are all of you putting on your blindfolds and laying down for a night's sleep?
I think Nana's the last one, but she tries to be very, very, like, chill about it. And if somebody else is, like, staying up, she'll kind of, like, put her blindfold on and lie down, but, like, kind of, like, peek out until she sees them lie down. And then she'll relax.
Okay, is anybody not putting on their blindfold? Okay. And you all lay down, and you're protected by the bubble. And time begins to slowly pass, and you can see, like, just that itty bitty bit of light from above. You can almost feel it slowly fade into nothing until you know that you are in absolute darkness. And the sounds of the forest, as if knowing, as if taunting, amplify. The sound of scampering and movement, the sound of creaking branches and leaves being taken off by the wind. The forest cares not for what you want in this moment. And you lay there. Is there anybody who thinks that they are like, put a blindfold on me, I'm like a bird in a cage, I'm out? Like, who's like, I'm going to sleep? Like, who is like, my intent is sleeping? So give me your hand up if your intent is to try and sleep. Okay, Keldon Nix.
This is home. Of course we're going to sleep.
You're like, it's just a little this way.
I think Roshan
The woods at
intends
night
to
are always
rest.
loud.
I think that's Nana's intent as well.
Yeah, Ben only needing 4 hours of meditation, like he wants it to be like the middle of the night. Like he wants to like listen for safety until he feels comfortable that like, okay, we're in a forest. And then take his meditation and then like as soon as possible be up to like be listening again. So is he not immediately lights out? He feels that responsibility to be on watch, even if that watch is just auditory.
Okay. From what I'm hearing, Roshan and Nana give me wisdom saves. I'd also accept constitution saving throws, whichever.
They are both the
And
same number.
can we get a +2 from Keld?
Since he's close by.
He's unconscious.
Oh,
so
that's
no.
true. He is.
Oh, shit.
Yes. I will.
Oh,
Keld's like, good
no.
night.
It's true. I got an 18.
I
Okay.
got a nat 1.
Oh.
Ooh.
Mm.
Yeah, Roshan, that's not fucking happening.
Sucks.
Oh no.
Oh,
Consequences. Oh
Oh, no,
no.
The consequences of my own actions.
Oh, no, buddy.
Oh, sleeping's hard. Nana, you're like, once you settle down, you're like, everyone's blindfolded. Okay. And like,
If anybody kills Roshan, we're all fucked. So
you're
it's
like, okay,
probably
nobody's gonna kill
fine.
Roshan. I could always just run into the woods if need be. Like you kind of like
Yeah.
talk your way through. And of course, there's the rational part of your brain that's like, you're being crazy. And you're like, you're right. Because you are able to
Yes.
tamper things down. There are just heightened moments. You're able to be like, these are my friends. Nobody's gonna kill me while I sleep unless they've been turned. But you're not picking up on
It's
anybody acting strange yet. So
No,
you are able
no.
to talk yourself down, and you eventually everybody except Roshan is at some point able to either meditate or fall into a bit of fitful sleep. Roshan,
Oh, Roshan.
you lay there and you're like, I don't need to sleep anyways. And yet I can't turn my brain off enough to actually rest. And you lay there. Snap. You hear a branch overhead. Part of it falls and hits against the bubble and tumbles off. Crunch. Something is moving down the tree and closer to the bubble. You hear a dragging sound, as if either something is moving against the trunk or pushing branches aside. You can feel something moving closer. Do you remove your blindfold to peek?
No, I think Roshan has been rubbing his worry stone and intensifies as
Is that what the
he
kids are
hears
calling
this.
it?
Yeah.
Is that what
I
is that
thought
what
it was
everyone's up to?
practicing your cantrips.
Mom, I'm practicing my cantrips. God, just slam the door. But you have to remind yourself that you're in the bubble. It's probably say thump. You hear something land. For you, it sounds so incredibly loud, but it's just a thump. Something hits against the bubble. And it's right overhead. There is something, and you can feel eyes on you. Something is looking down at you as you sit or you lay in the bubble. Fen, you begin to hear scratch, scratch, scratch as something claws at the outside of the bubble. Fen, would you like to peek?
Ben would not like to peek.
Okay. Scratch, scratch. Gentle scampering on top of the bubble. The sound of ice cracking a bit as something slides down and lands next to it. Something stalks the perimeter. Scratch, scratch, drag as it moves itself around. And then it gets quiet. It either got bored or it's sitting right there, waiting. And how will you know? What if it sits there for 8 hours and you're not ready for it? You can't see it. You don't know what you're dealing with. And yet, it seems you currently are keeping your blindfold on as you now sit in what seems like overwhelming silence, as if the forest took a breath and held it and holds it. And then you begin to feel a bit of heat from the sky above as the sun rises and a pillar of light begins to form. Everybody gets a long rest except for Roshan. And you are at now 3 levels of exhaustion.
Oh, buddy.
Can I have a short rest?
You can have a short rest.
Love that. Thank
Yeah,
you.
you that bestie. And with that, before we go on to our second day of this journey, that's where we are going to take our break. Thanks for being here. We appreciate it. Go get a snack and a drink, and we'll be back after my hands go like, it's like we're back. Wow, amazing, astounding. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Dice Cult. We just took our very quick break. We are currently in the middle of the brushwood. The I don't see, listen, I don't want to like talk bad about the brushwood. Like she didn't do anything. Compared to the entirety of Demwoods, the brushwood is kind of like that kind of like the black sheep of the family, as it were. The
dark
not
reality.
nobody's texting the brushwood to come to Thanksgiving, like that's just not how it is. But that's where you guys are currently. And as Nana continues to take roles where she has to look into the darkness, is beginning to feel those effects and is currently feeling paranoid and cannot use any spells that buff or heal her companions, but can use them on herself. Because you have to be at your peak while they can get a little weaker, and that's good. Roshan, unable to sleep, gets another level of exhaustion, does not get the spell slots back, except for some warlock ones, I believe, which is nice. But you all get up the next day, and I think there's like the hesitant removal of blindfolds from everybody. And so first, we got stuff to go through, guys. Don't you worry. So first, we'll start with Nana. Nana, would you go ahead and give me a wisdom saving throw?
Cool. Oh boy. The dice sure do love to tell a story. Okay. It's a 3 on the dice for a total of 5.
Okay. Nana, you keep your paranoia.
Okay.
And you also do not reset your levels for avoiding this level of corruption. So each time you do this, your DC goes up. Each time I ask for a wisdom saving throw, the DC is higher. It goes up each time. That is not resetting. You are still at the high number that you stopped at the day prior.
Okay.
And now everybody, including Nana, give me a wisdom saving throw for spending a night in the brushwood.
Man, honey. Oh, I don't like this for you. It's an 8. Oh.
Roshan 5.
I got a 7.
I got a 27.
That's what I got too. 27.
Wow. We're fine.
We're like, this is
Used
home.
to it.
Everyone's
Yeah.
taking psychic damage except
The locals.
We're just like, should we have left them at home? Like,
Maybe.
maybe we should have.
The Lunder crew not making a strong showing out here.
No,
I
not
open
really.
a tree and push them back.
I thought y'all were rangers.
Fen, go ahead and roll me a D8 if you'd be so kind.
Not a ranger of this kind of a place.
I got a 3.
3, okay.
Oh boy.
Okay. Fen, you wake up feeling awful. Just sick. There is a nausea that roils in your stomach. And looking around at like the dampness of some of the bark on the trees and just the smells of the space of being trapped in a bubble with the team, just everything. It's visceral, just horrific to the smell. It is something visually and nasally terrible and bad. If you'd be so kind, tell me when you think you may have failed a skill check or saving throw if you're like, I rolled a 5 and you brought up something, Jillian. So something like that. Or you drop below half health. So tell me if any of those things happen. But currently, you just feel nauseous.
Okay. Did anyone else? Those rations I passed out last night, not agreeing with anyone else.
Why?
I don't know.
And-
Maybe we should have gone somewhere else to pick up rations in the village. We'll let Kel do the cooking from now on.
Uh-oh.
Are you feeling bad?
Mouth sweats. Mouth sweats. I don't want to talk.
Oh,
Okay.
sorry, Finn.
Ooh. Maybe we can is it safe to drop the bubble? Maybe get fresh air?
You guys are sitting there, the bubble's gone.
Oh.
It's like, you're
Okay.
like, can we drop? Oh,
The bubble is gone. Oh! Ah!
Nana.
Uh-huh.
And with that, noticing that you are just now exposed to the elements, you still have that you cannot help your friends in that capacity. You also, because you are becoming very easy to spook, you are very quick to be startled. You now have disadvantage on initiative rolls.
All right.
Nana, you are verging on wit's end. You feel as if your mind does not have much more to give. Who's leading the first leg of the day, and is anyone doing a perception check? And are we casting anything? Are we stealthing? What's the game plan as we push forward?
Nana's gonna stick it at the rear guard. She's just says she's also not feeling great. Kind of just wants to keep an eye on the party from the back and keep an eye on the rear.
I think Keld would like to cast Death Ward on Ro again.
Okay.
Because he can
That's a
tell
good
someone's
idea.
not been sleeping.
Nana
think-
doesn't feel great about that, but she's not gonna say anything.
Back off, Nana.
Not saying anything!
Just in case Nana
Uh,
stabs him.
Which might
Nana
happen.
jumps on his back and just starts screaming.
I am in no way, shape, or form interested in fighting any of you people who could pace me, and you also outnumber me. Excuse me.
Nana
But
just
we're
runs
none of
into
us
the
fighting.
woods.
None of
I
us
think
have
you
turned.
could kick
We're
Roshan's
fine.
ass.
I mean,
The man
he's the
has
real-
I mean,
3
in this
levels of
state-
exhaustion.
that
Well,
is
now, yeah.
now, yeah. But then again, everybody else would then pin her, and that's not good odds. So
Who's leading this track? Who's looking into the darkness for me?
I'll
Well-
look into the darkness.
oh no,
Hell
Hell
yeah. Nick
oh
steps to the
boy,
front.
you, honey.
I got
Is
it.
anybody doing perception, or is it like heads down, we're following the leader?
Yeah, Fen his head's down. If he's looking for anything, it's which bush is he gonna puke in if he needs to? Like,
Yeah.
Hold the rope. It's fine.
Everyone follow me. Okay. Nix, go ahead and give me a survival check. And are we stealthing?
Nana, I don't feel like has any reason to if the rest of the party isn't. I feel like she's inclined to walk quietly anyway and not make a production of herself, but if the rest of the party isn't being particularly stealthy, she's not going to invest her time in trying hard.
Roshan is too tired to be stealthy, so unless someone
That
tells him to,
seems to be-
will not.
Yeah.
Okay, no stealthing. What'd you get, Nix?
An 18.
Okay, wisdom saving throw, please.
Right.
I believe in you, hun.
I mean, if I roll bad, that
I believe in you, hun.
Okay. And it's 14 on the dice plus 11, so 25.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
It's good for you.
Nyx, you can feel that like oppressive energy, and you're like, okay, yeah, okay, I get it. And you push forward, um, heading the team forward. Nyx, are you trying to? What is your technique for safe travel? What are you aiming for?
I think she'd go for these patches of sunlight, but also seeing that nobody's stealthing. I think I'll just cast daylight on something I'm holding so that it's lit the
Fucking
whole
watch
way.
this.
Now we have light. You're welcome, everybody.
You just start spinning it. Find me. Do it. Do it, coward. You won't.
I was wondering if that would work here.
Do we want to be drawing attention to ourselves?
Light
like
erupts through the space.
Mhm.
Nyx, you are aware in this moment, you don't think your spell's going as far as you think it would, but it
Nick
is still
says
doing
move.
Weird. It's not. It usually goes really far out.
Mm.
but you're like,
interesting.
but you're
That's
like,
These
I'm
words are
seeing
smothering.
What's that?
pretty good.
Push back.
I can see where we're going really well. It's working.
You all begin to march forward at your slow pace. Even though you're not stealthing, you are still going at half speed. But you make your way forwards, Nyx leading the team. And because Nyx, you're focusing on direction, maintaining focus on not leading the team through like a briar patch, doing your best to keep everybody safe in that regard, not looking out for monsters in the woods. So you're just focused forward and you're going, and you hear a soft rustle, and it like catches your attention as being like close by. You're like, okay. And you glance over at it with your whoa, just like this huge beam of light, just whum, 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 whum. How long does daylight last?
An hour.
Perfect. You whum, whum as you pan over, and you see a palm-sized moth land against some bark nearby, and you look over at it. It's gray, and it has like, those like white eyes on the back, like when they try to look big to scare off predators, to be like, this is my big face. So it just has these white circle eyes. And you hear another rustle, and another one lands on this tree. And another one. And another, and another, and another, as a wave of these moths come barreling through the tree line. The susurrus grows louder and louder as you are just immediately like engulfed by thousands of moths roaring by. It is like you're in the middle of a storm. We're doing a skill check.
Oh,
Moth
gross.
storm.
Fen gags. There's so many bugs here.
And it's so dusty.
Oh God. The dust.
Okay. So just we're doing a skill challenge, everybody. The goal is to get through the torrential storm of moths that have just bulldozed through. You need to get 5 successes
All right.
before 2 failures. Who's going first?
I mean, Nana is just going to be trying to like, I guess, try and keep an eye out for where a break in this is going to come, and like be hunkering down until that point. I don't know if that means perception. I don't know if that means survival. I'm willing to let you rule on that.
I will say, Nana, you are noticing it's not like they're just like moving through like a freight train. It's almost like you're stuck in the eye of the storm. If you hunker down, you think you'll be stuck there with them forever.
Oh, good. Okay. Then that means we should move forward, and I'm at the back. So, I guess then I'm I'm gonna try for a nature check to try and figure out if I'm aware of like swarm movements and something I can shout up to Nyx at the front. Something that would enable us to push forward at a point where we can break through without necessarily being knocked over or taking some kind of damage from this.
Sure. Go ahead and give me a check. DC 20.
Okay. Oh, all right. Okay. 23.
Okay. Nana, you take it in this moment and you're like, so when it comes to moths, and then a bunch of them
Yeah.
just like smack you hard in the face,
Yeah,
and you're like,
fuck.
go fuck
No.
yourself, as you just kind of like hold up your pack kind of in front of you, and are
Yeah.
just like, you just gotta bulldoze through them. You just, and you like are keeping an
Okay.
eye out for like,
Yup.
you're like, okay, this group is moving by and
Uh-huh.
go. But you're
What?
like, they're moths. You can get past them,
Okay.
but they are still just barreling into you and fluttering in your face. But you are moving forward. Who's going
All
next?
right.
I think Keld wants to try to use persuasion and use his speech of beast and leaf ability.
Guys.
So I'm just gonna try to warn them, like loudly as they come in waves, like be careful, the light's dangerous. Watch out.
They're just like,
look for
they're
us.
like, but they're like, it's so beautiful as they as they just fully bulldoze into Nyx at aggressive speeds.
Nyx, put it out!
Keld, you can go ahead and roll. I'll give you advantage because you're using a sweet ability to try to tell the mobs to go away, please.
Please, mods,
DC
listen.
20.
Listen to reason. Okay, so that is a 22.
Okay. You can see that some of these moths seem to be heeding you. They're like, they seem to understand the intent. Though you are now like a walking moth person, and they have just sort of like, they're like, all right. And they just kind of chill on you. Some of them still do like flutter into your eyes, and you kind of have to like kind of like pick them up and move them away. But you're just like, and Fen, you glance over, and Keld looks over, and he has like a moth that crawls like over his mouth, and it's like, as you try not to throw up. But you are able to get some of the horde to at least leave you alone at this time, and some of them to leave the giant light alone. But it's too enticing as they all still continue to barrel in. So that's 2 successes. We need 3 more successes before 2 failures. Who's next?
Ben's gonna roll nature to see if he has the wherewithal to tell Nyx to get rid of the big fucking light.
Never.
Go for it. DC 20, as it's hard to think in the eye of the storm.
Oh yeah, that's a yeah.
Come on, bud.
Yeah, that's a 26.
Okay.
Yes. Attaboy.
Nyx, douse the light.
All right. You are able to have the wherewithal to ask Nyx to douse the light. Who's next? We're 2-2, baby.
I mean, could I
No.
put, like, I figured she put this light on the rock because you can do it on an object thing. Can I
Yeah.
just put it in a pocket since he told me to?
Yeah,
As a-
I mean, it is still just
extra
sort of
thing.
like
There's
like
a little
it's
light there,
it-
but it's not as big.
it's not as big, but it is just now. It is still visible, but not as big. So you just kind of pocket it, but it's still just like they're just bulldozing into your hip, and you're like, that's not my face. That's pretty cool.
Have we done Arcana yet?
I don't believe so.
Would using a spell, oh gosh, which one did I do? Gust of Wind to push the moths away. Fit with Arcana?
Sure. Yeah.
Great.
Come
You
on,
use
bud.
Arcana.
It's some heavy wind. It's Strong wind.
Take advantage then.
Yeah,
For
girl.
DC 20.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't even hit that.
Come on, come on, come on.
Well, let's see how bad you fail then next.
Oh, okay.
What's your advantage?
You have a -1 to intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? DC 19.
Oh, okay. Great.
A merciful
You're
DM
welcome.
does not create an impossible to win scenario.
There you go. You're welcome. If you'd like to roll with advantage, you need a nat 20.
Let's see. Well, the next dice is missing now. That is a nat 20.
Oh shit!
What?
I was about to ask who else had their like
Wow.
inspiration thing to share
Nyx
left, but
Parts
Nyx
the
did it.
seas.
What were the
Damn.
odds?
I love her.
The next die is probably a 1 on the floor somewhere.
Yeah. Nyx, you are able to focus your magic in enough because a lot of your magic is there is a chaos to nature, so it's just like, and then there's wind, but you are having to pinpoint it and aim it. And using a lot of your focus, you are able to, and you kind of start to clear a path, kind of parting the seas as you begin to move forward. You just need one more success before 2 more failures.
All right.
Let's do this, Roshan.
I think
You
Roshan
got this, bud.
is going to try and view this like some kind of dance, dancing through these moths, trying to avoid them, turning so that he doesn't blind himself with moth dust. So can I do performance?
I would love you to do performance. Please roll with disadvantage.
Oh
DC
boy,
20.
come on, bud. You got this. You got this. You got this. Come on.
Yeah, that's another nat 1.
Perfect.
Roshan dances with the moths and still eats them.
Oh.
Fen, you watch multiple moths go into Roshan's mouth. Roshan, you begin to turn and weave, and it is just like you turn as just a torrent of moths hit you in the face.
Fen is eating
It's
bugs.
probably. I bet it was like a gust that came from Nyx's.
Just
wind.
the wind
Just
blows them into Roshan.
You're welcome.
Fen has eaten bugs before, but he has cooked them. Like,
Yeah. No, I don't want
Yeah,
a raw
it's not
bug.
raw ain't the way to go, man.
Okay. We need 1 success before 1 failure. Who's doing it? Anybody can step up, I believe, at this point. Don't be too scared,
I
everybody.
guess
Yeah.
Keld will.
Mm-hmm. What are we doing, Kel? What skill would you like to use, Keld?
I guess at this point we're gonna use athletics against these moths.
Mud is mud, it doesn't
Swimming.
matter.
We
You put your
swimming through
shield up,
moths.
and it's just
Ooh.
as you
Oh,
begin to try
God.
and push forward
Oh.
through the moths.
I tried to warn them.
I
You did.
tried. I'm sorry.
Go ahead and roll athletics, DC 20.
Hmm. Well, that's a 13.
Well,
Oh no, guys.
Hmm.
that would be a failure.
Oh.
How many failures are we allotted?
2.
Hmm.
The moths consume the air around you. You have to like pull up scarves and sleeves to just breathe because they are just trying to get inside of your face. And they are just bludgeoning into you. It is uncomfortable. So with our 2 failures, everybody is going to take 8 points of damage and an extra d4 for the nat 1.
Moth damage.
And one more for the road.
For everybody.
And as you exert so much energy to get through the moths, everybody take a level of exhaustion.
Good. Oh boy. Oh no. Oh God. Guys.
So everybody has disadvantage on ability checks. Roshan has disadvantage on ability checks. His speed is halved. He has disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws, and his hit point maximum is halved.
How many hit points are you at right now, bud?
Do you want me to have both my current and max HP?
Yes.
Okay.
Because it is your max, so you cannot be above it.
Well, yeah, I just meant, do you want me to go to 34 max and 30 total, or 30 current?
Oh yeah, so go to half, then take your damage.
Okay.
You guys make it through the moths, tired and covered in bug guts. Honestly, I know what this thing said. I don't care. Constitution saving throw, Finn. There's no way nasty bug time does not constitute a roll.
Was that net 20?
Oh, is that a 20? There you go.
Good for you, bud.
Fen, I think you have to disassociate a little as you just slowly squeegee off bugs from your armor, and you're like, just focus. And
I think traveling with Tordrick for as long as he did kind of gave him like a little bit of a copper lining on his stomach. Like
he's like, you're like, it's fine. You've had worse.
Yeah.
You've seen that milk that Saga drank. You're like,
God,
I can push through. This is just bugs.
Yeah, this is just bugs. This is fine. We've worked with bugs. It's fine.
And then just as you make it out of the moths, the light in your pocket fades, Nyx. Who is taking over for the second leg of the journey? Can still be Nyx, but who is leading?
Nana will go ahead and take the lead on this one.
Can I tell she's looking bad? Because if I can tell, I won't let her.
Nana doesn't get to roll against this anymore. Nana looks bad.
No, I've got it. You can stay in the middle. You're good. I'm good.
Are you? I don't mean to. No, I'm sorry. I didn't. But that.
Someone just go. Come on, let's keep moving.
I'm gonna start leading the group.
Okay.
Nyx has got it.
Okay.
Nyx? I won't use a giant sun this time, so there won't be more bugs.
Okay.
It'd be great.
In that way.
Isn't it astounding sometimes how things work out? Anywho, Nyx, amazing how things work sometimes. Nyx, could you go ahead and roll survival for me? Oh, you have disadvantage.
Ew.
Just like everyone.
Okay. 15.
Okay. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
That's 21.
Okay. Nyx, you can feel that pushing back the darkness is getting harder and harder, but your mind is currently unrattled. And you push forward for the team. Are we stealthing? And is anybody looking into the darkness?
Fuck no.
Neat. You all begin to make your way forward. Nyx at the lead, and you're like, stealthing is for cowards and quitters. To be fair, at this point, you just go. And you push forward, Nyx, doing your best to stick to the light when you can. Is that your technique? Is it sticking to the light now without your magical light?
Yeah.
Okay. You begin making your way forward. And the thing is, you have a pretty good passive perception, but you just know that once the hairs on the back of your neck stand up, it's like, it's a problem now, instead of being able to look outwards and diagnose an issue prior. So you all push forward, making your way through the brushwood. And you walk. The crunch of ice and sticks underfoot. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Time passes. Nyx, a smell kind of catches your attention. It's sweet. In a rotten fruit kind of way. That fermented sweet smell. Fruit that had fallen from the tree and sat in the summer sun. And you see from the tree line a canine silhouette, similar to when you had seen the wolves over back in Dem Woods. And when your eyes had tried to adjust to the darkness as you peer at them, you can feel a little pit in your stomach. This is a once beast, mangy and emaciated. There are bones protruding from the legs that cause the feet to like hook upwards, like big gnarled fishing hooks. Ribs protrude from the actively splitting back and look like a large mouth. The organs inside are shriveled and caked in ice, leaving the body hollow. But from the fissure is a flower that looks like it is made of one of these organs from inside of the beast that is flowered open and moves a bug, just almost as if this is the head of the thing. And you watch that flower scan across the woods as two more step into view. And that flower hones in on you. I need everybody to roll initiative.
Oh boy.
I really hate to ask, but is this with disadvantage?
Yes.
For everybody?
I
Wow.
believe so.
Not just me.
An ability check. You just get it extra for fun.
Hooray.
Be nice
I'm
if
a-
I could roll these while I needed them, but I got an 18,
Wow.
which is
You're like, great.
I'm ready.
Um,
I'm going to use
Julian,
I'm
my
not ready.
inspiration to make this a straight roll.
okay.
For whom?
For me, I
It's
can only
his.
use mine's normal inspiration.
Oh, yours was the normal. Never mind. I couldn't remember if anybody still had the other weird one where you give it to somebody else.
A couple people do. Okay. 20 to 25.
25.
Okay. 15 to 20.
18.
10 to 15. What do you guys got?
A
Seven.
9.
It's a natural 1 on the dice plus 3. So that is a 4.
Hmm.
Okay, so Nyx, you had 9.
Hmm.
Keld, you had 7? 6? 7.
Seven.
Okay. Oh. 7. 5 is what you said?
4.
4. Gotcha.
Mhm.
4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. Okay. These three creatures move into frame. Everybody is instantly very aware of them and this smell that permeates the space. Fen, you are up first as you watch these three things move in and towards you.
Fen uses his bonus action to cast Zephyr Strike. He will use the advantage that he gives to take a shot at the one on the left.
Okay. Left, right, and middle are our friends currently. You look to the left and open fire.
It has been so long since I have been in combat.
Right? Combat's been so far away, guys. It's time. Let's do it.
It is a dirty 20 to hit.
20 hits.
All right. I'll just remember that one's got sneak attack on it because of Zephyr Strike, because of the advantage.
Okay.
Take two more shots, Dread Ambusher and other attacks.
Okay.
15 and 23.
Both of those hit as it sounds like it is going into a bed of ice. Crunch, crunch, crunch. There is like no liquid to the skin. It is dry and frozen, and it sounds like it is just ripping through glass when it hits. All three hit.
All right. I don't think I've used sneak attack since I've leveled up. I got to figure out how many dice I get.
Wow.
All right.
Guys, just throw a party and you don't have to worry about sneak attack ever. Unless. And Roshan, you are on deck. Who is so ready for combat.
26 plus 32, 58 points damage overall.
Okay.
And that's all Fen can do with his action. So, or with his move, or without leaving the party, which he's not going to do.
Okay. All right. These arrows rip through this thing, and it is immediately bloodied as it is just pelted with arrows as this flower organ on top of its body moves and like focuses in and is trying to locate the source of damage. That is Fen's turn. Roshan, you are up. Nyx, you are on deck.
How close are they together?
Two of them are pretty close together. One of them's further away. What are we looking at here?
If they are within 40 feet of each other, I could get all three. Otherwise, I will get...
Yeah, they are within 40 feet of each other.
Okay, then I will disregard Smokey the Bear and send a fireball over there. And they need to make dex saves.
Okay. You use fireball in a crowded wood.
Everything's fine.
Definitely not trying to get us killed.
What's the DC?
15. No, that's a lie. It's
I was
more
like,
than that.
that's upsetting.
It is 18.
Dex. Okay. Two of them fail, one of them succeeds.
24 damage to the one that failed, and 12 to the one that succeeded. And if there is a tree near, Roshan would like to lean on it for support and hide behind it. Or just at least get cover.
Yeah, there you go get cover. You see that lucky for you, everything's kind of frozen and damp. But some things are catching. Something to take into
Roshan
account.
problem.
Yeah, that's a Roshan in 1 minute press.
Mm-hmm.
And you go, dive behind a tree and hold up there. Nyx, it is your turn. Keld, you're on deck. The
Great.
furthest beast is about 40 feet away.
So they're all within, you said, with the 40-foot area. 'Cause that's
Oh
what
yeah,
we're
they're
trying
all
to-
within 40 feet of each other.
Are they all within 10 feet of a tree?
I'd say so.
Fantastic. I'm going to cast Wrath of Nature,
Very cool.
which does a lot of things. All of the grass and undergrowth starts to become just unruly, but is only difficult terrain for them
Okay.
within that 60 feet. I need all 3 of them to make a dex saving throw.
What's the DC?
20.
Actually, don't tell me what it is. They all fail.
Okay, great.
Don't tell me what it is.
And
I don't want to
so
know.
so many dice. All right.
Bring
Wolf
out the
number
dice.
1. Wolf 1 takes 16 slashing damage.
Okay.
19 for the second.
Okay.
13 for the third.
Okay.
Then I would like to launch a rock if there's one available at one of them.
All of this just pops off in one turn.
Oh yeah, every turn.
It's killing me slowly.
This is the rock is my bonus action.
Oh, I see.
And the last part is what just happens at the end of each turn.
All right, I don't got time to read all that. Go for it.
It's a lot.
I have time to read that right now.
So
it's true in canon today. It's probably true in canon tomorrow, but for right
let's
now.
go. Wolf number 3 can make a strength saving throw.
All right, Wolf 3. How strong are you, baby?
Oh, I have to make an attack. I have to make an actual attack with these rocks. Oh. Okay, it's a nat 20.
Oh, there you go.
Double rock damage.
It just like lands in the concave cavity of its body, and you can hear things just breaking and crushing.
And then if it failed the strength saving throw, it will fall prone.
I think it failed it by like 1. And it's prone. How much damage?
22 non-magical bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And then let's see if that one's prone. We'll go with wolf number 2. Since it's the end of my turn, has to succeed on a strength save or will be restrained until the spell ends. Wild.
It succeeds.
All right, lucky wolf.
First successful roll of the
turn.
night.
Next turn, wolf.
Next turn, wolf, you're dead.
I'm done.
Okay. Keld, you are up. Nana, you're the next player character on deck.
All right, so I understood correctly that the terrain is not difficult for me.
Correct.
Cool.
Just the enemies.
Okay. They are 40 feet away. The closest one is 40 feet away. That middle one that sort of was like, hey, me and my posse are here. And then immediately got their shit rocked the second they came around the corner. They're like, what's up?
Yeah.
Oh, this is what we wanted. But it is obvious from what you guys are looking at, you fully believe these are corrupted things. You believe this is creatures that died in the woods and over time corruption turned them into this.
I don't like it. I'm going to Misty Step over to them so I can just start swinging.
You just land in front of that first one, this middle one, and you start swinging.
Great. Do I have disadvantage on attacks?
No, you don't have disadvantage on attacks. You also know these are undead, so you do get an extra D8 with your smites and what have you. and because of your sword, I think also. So I think they both give you a boost.
I have so many.
D8s for days. I believe in you. So you swing. Go ahead and roll an attack.
Yeah, so does a 16 hit?
A 16 does hit, but as you go to swing, the flower retracts back into the body and it clamps shut, giving itself a little bit of armor, and your sword just grazes off against this like hardened ice skin.
Tricksy.
Still seems hittable, but it seems like now it is a little reinforced for a moment.
Okay, so that means I missed, or
That did not hit.
okay. Let's try again. Okay, what about a 20 something?
Yes, a 20 something is going to hit.
Sweet.
Throwing anything on top of that?
I'm just using my improved divine smite on this.
Okay.
Let me just make sure.
You always get that, I believe.
Yeah, I always get that.
But if you don't want to throw down any spells, that's 4 extra.
Yeah.
But
I was just trying to remember the other thing for
you get an
undead.
extra 1 for undead, I believe. And then I think you get another boost for your sword because it is undead.
Right. 2 separate enemies.
You don't even need to smite. You're built for killing these things.
I was made for this. 7 times 3.
My calculator.
21.
How am I going to do math? Oh no.
21 plus 4, 25 damage.
25 damage. Okay. Okay. You swing into this
middle
thing.
wolf.
And it crunches into this like self-made armor, and it is just this emaciated dry skin that froze over, and it's just like snapping like glass. It's
Oof.
But it is glass, and they start to break apart. Anything else, Keld?
I believe that will end my turn.
Neat, thank you. The one in the middle, like that you are now squaring up with, kind of, you watch as like the carcass like peels back open for the flower to reemerge, and the petals unfurl. And you watch pollen explode in all directions. This smell becomes overwhelming. I need everybody to make a Constitution saving throw. Some people have disadvantage, some don't. Tell me if you get lower than a 12. A lot of things happen for Fen. We'll get to that. A lot of things are going to happen for Fen.
Yeah, Fen got a nat 1. A lot of things are going to happen for Fen.
I float up. He comes around. I float up.
I got a 10.
Shit. Okay, so that is Fen, Ro, and Nana. This Galunder crew, guys, this is who you put your faith in. You are watching the elements rip them asunder. The forest is consuming them. This pollen extends through, and the smell becomes overwhelming. And it just starts making synapses fire in your brain. And it's not exactly that they're painful in the normal sense of the word. A pinch, painful. A cut, painful. This is something that's hard to understand. Tingling, numbness, electricity almost, that's like you aren't in full control of your joints at this moment. You are racked with psychic dissonance. Am I allowed to highlight that? Ah, neat. Cool. And you feel like this electricity from your brain moving to your joints, and you feel your knees like start to give and buckle as you try to maintain balance. Fen, let's talk about failing this roll, shall we? I need a Constitution saving throw from Fen.
This is a much more respectable 17.
Okay.
Thank God.
You can
Not
feel
out of the woods yet.
you can feel that the nausea of it all. It almost seems like it's doing extra, like it wants to poison your body, like it wants to linger and just sap the energy from you. And you are able at this moment to shake it off, but it still lingers at the edges, and you can like taste bile in your mouth, and you're like, I'm having a terrible time. As you feel your knees try to buckle, and you try to like kind of hold yourself up. That is the first wolf's turn. And the other two are just gonna like, and those flowers hone in on Keld. And they're gonna struggle through the grass because they can't get to anybody else but Keld. And they're gonna come over and they are going to use these like hook claws to try and cut into you. I can't see. Does a 20 hit? I missed the tower. Does a 19 hit?
Just hits.
Neat. Should have gathered more dice for this one occasion.
More? What?
Take 15 points of slashing damage. That's across the board. That's all of them. 15 slashing damage. And then another, nope, wait. Silly me.
No.
21 poison damage.
Ooh. Poison.
Poison? In the woods?
These woods?
In these woods? Wow.
More likely than you think.
As the second one comes over and attacks.
Oh, buddy.
That was just the first guy.
That was just the first guy.
I don't like these woods.
As you feel poison just like shoot through your veins, Keld, you quickly turn your shield and just fully feel the weight of this third wolf beast once thing slam into it, and you are able to push it off and away. But you're just fully surrounded as these things are attacking you now from all sides. That is their turn. Nana, you're up. Fen, you are on deck. And just give me 1 second.
Oh boy.
Okay. So you still feel this effect on your body, but you are able to continue as you must.
Okay. All right. So, okay. First thing Nana is going to do is cast protection from evil and good on herself.
Okay.
It's gonna give her protection from aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead. I'll give you the full spiel if you want it.
or I can link it if you need.
I mean, do I have disadvantage against rolling against you? Do I have to make a wisdom save? What's the...
It's a couple things. Creatures of those types have disadvantage on attack rolls against the target. Target cannot be charmed, frightened, or possessed by them. If the target is already charmed, frightened, or possessed by such a creature, the target has advantage on any new saving throw against the relevant effect.
Okay. Anything else?
I am also going to use my bonus action Slayer's Prey, which does not use a spell slot, on the closest of the critters to me. I'm not sure whichever of those is that, but it's one of them ugly, flowery, wolfy things.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to use Action Surge in order to then go for Hunter's Sense on the same one that I used my Slayer's Prey on.
And what does that do?
Hunter's Sense gives me damage immunities, resistances, or vulnerabilities of the creature I have targeted that is exempt if the creature is hidden from divination magic.
What if I told you these terrible little beasties? No.
God, I would be terrified of them immensely. Because in that case, I would sense that it had no damage immunities, resistances, or vulnerabilities.
It is immune to poison and psychic.
Okay.
And also the conditions blind, charm, deafen, frightened, and poisoned.
I see. And it's not vulnerable to anything?
No.
Curses. Well, all right. At least I know we can't hurt it psychically. That's fine. In which case, Nana is going to kind of just strafe and keep these things in her line of sight. She has her spears at the ready, but she has used both of the actions and her bonus action. She'll use her full movement to get within a range of these things, but she's not...
A range?
Within 30 feet if possible.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. You make your way forward and this electricity kind of surges from your mind to your limbs. And you're starting to make like involuntary like shouts, kind of like, you know, when you get shocked, it's like just involuntary yells. And as you run and you kind of skid to a stop in your position, you feel this surge go to your knees and you fall to the ground and you feel this pain sort of like kind of cascade through your body. You take 13 points of psychic damage. And Nana is now prone. That is Nana's turn. Fen, you are up. Nana, you can also give me a Constitution saving throw real quick.
Cool.
And if you're concentrating, what? Sorry. You have a few rolls to make.
I am concentrating on protection from evil and good. That being said, if this is an effect from the creatures, or from, I guess, any aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, or undead, does that mean that I get any advantage on this roll?
I am nothing if not a cruel god. You took the damage, so I need that first. Constitution saving throw to maintain protection from good and evil. You need a 10.
Oh, the dice love to tell a story.
And it's gone.
It's a 7. It's a 7. Yeah.
And now if you'd give me a Constitution saving throw to see if you can push past this effect on your body.
That's a 16.
Okay. And you kind of breathe through it, and you still feel it like on the edges of your mind, but it is no longer affecting you so viscerally. Anywho, that's your turn, Nana. Fen, you are up.
Fen is going to take 2 shots this time with sharpshooter at that same one on the left. But first bonus action, he's going to cast Hunter's Mark on it. That'll drop Zephyr Strike. So Hunter's Mark on the one on the left, 2 shots, sharpshooter.
Let's just do one first.
Okay. Well, one of them's going to hit if the ones before were hitting, and the other one is a 12.
Well, tell me what it is to see
It's
if I'm
15 on the die plus 7. So
okay. Cool.
yeah,
I was just like 15. Never mind.
Yeah, and the other one's a 12.
Okay, so the first one is going to hit. Go ahead and give me damage.
All right. And it's within 5 feet of Keld.
Oh, don't worry about all that, but please do. If you're hitting double digits, it's
30,
okay.
31, yeah. 31 points of damage.
This arrow just whizzes through and just crushes this flower against the trunk of a tree, and the rest of the body goes limp. And it happens to be where one of these flames is caught, so it's like already starting to, and it's like, all right, and it starts burning that body. And then you shoot the other one, and it misses as it goes wide with a 12.
All right.
Anything else?
Fenn's just gonna sidestep out of the way. Actually, you know what? I don't think Fenn's gonna put 2 and 2 together and realize what just happened to Nana. He's just gonna know that she fell, and he's gonna use his movement to go try to help her up. I don't think he would have noticed what the hell happened, but
oh no, you run over to Nana, and that involuntary like shout and this jerk of electricity through your body, and you just kind of land and are next to Nana, both of you just like on the ground, like hey, and you're gonna take 12 points of psychic damage as you hit the ground.
yeah.
And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw to see if you drop Hunter's Mark.
I don't drop Hunter's Mark.
Okay, now I need a Constitution saving throw to see if you can shake off this effect.
18 on the die plus 2. Yeah.
Okay.
Dirty 20. Heck yeah.
All right. Roshan, you are up as Fen falls prone.
Great. Everyone's gonna fall prone. Roshan is gonna look over and see both of them look not good, right?
They don't look good. They don't look. You couldn't blow them over, with like a little gust of wind. They still have something in them, but not a lot.
Well, all Roshan's got is like a gust of wind, so he'll pick
All
the one that
over.
looks worse and invite some sacred darkness into them, and they need to make a dex save.
They would love to.
I hope they fail.
I also
Please
hope they
fail.
Please.
He fails.
Great. Takes 20 radiant damage.
Holy shit.
Wow.
That was almost as good as it could have gotten.
Oh,
pretty good.
Boy.
And that's it for Roshan.
Roshan falls prone.
Oof, ouch.
And it's much crueler. 17 points of psychic damage.
Oh.
How?
How are you doing, bud?
Not
Fine.
good. Or fine. And then a Constitution saving throw with disadvantage, please.
I rolled well. Does a 15 do it?
With your disadvantage, you're living the dream, champ.
I rolled good on this and my initiative roll, and that's about it.
Oh yeah.
You feel as if you have shook off this effect for now, but it kind of clings to the corners of your mind.
Yay.
Nyx, you are up. Keld, you're on deck.
Are they still near trees?
Aren't we all near trees?
Well, then
Aren't we all?
we need more deck
Near
saves
trees.
as trees are
Woo!
attacking.
Hell yeah.
I don't think I'm going to hit your DC. So
Okay, so
those fail.
there's two of them still.
Yeah, still two left.
Okay.
In Soviet Russia, the trees speak for the Lorax.
Hilda's a little scared.
16 for that one.
Held's standing there and watches like a branch emerge and just like
Ah.
slam right in front of him.
16 for both of them.
Okay.
Whomping Willow.
I'm
Yeah.
almost glad Nana is face down in the dirt for this because I don't think she'd be able to handle seeing all this.
And that's just, it's not even an action from how I understand this. That
Holy
just
shit, I
happens
love
at the
that.
start of each turn.
That's amazing.
I went to go look at it and I exited it. So that's how it works.
It's wild.
Yep.
That's how it works right now.
So I have a regular action, then we have to go back to it.
Understood. What's
Mhm.
this regular action?
So we're gonna attack with some fire. With
Very
produce
fun.
flame on I don't care which wolf. Wolf 1 in the list that you have.
Would you like to hit the most injured looking one?
Sure. That is 17 to hit.
It is going to use its reaction to cover itself.
Okay. No fire for you.
Not yet. You wait. Seeing this fire coming, it just, and then it's the burnt, like the smell of like burning skin.
Very pleasant. Okay, we'll go back to my trees and other
Okay.
nature. That's the better option. My bonus action's to throw a rock at that one now.
Okay.
That's 27 to hit.
That hits. This only adds 3 to its armor class, not 17.
Wow. 11. Yeah, 11 bludgeoning.
And
needs
it is.
Oh, it's
He's
just dead.
crushed with a rock. It is crushed to death with a rock.
Oh.
It is crushed to re-death
He
with
fell
a rock.
prone. He fell prone.
He falls prone. Forever. For now. It falls prone for now.
Well, I suppose that leaves the last one.
Yep.
Gets to make a strength saving throw. As roots attack.
Nope.
He is restrained.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
He's stuck.
He's stuck. That's it.
Okay.
I don't want to be
Stuck
near him.
pup.
And Keld, you are up. There's one left. And I think you have advantage against it because it is restrained.
I was about to say, I'm going to go for the one that's restrained.
Yeah. The only one, really.
Wow.
You smash the one that's already smashed by a rock.
You're hitting this rock with a sword. I got him.
I don't got him that time.
Okay.
Try
It
one
hits
more.
into these roots. The roots are like a new extra armor. In your second attack?
Second attack. All right. We're looking at a 16 again. So that
It is going
hits,
to
right?
use its reaction.
Damn it. Even
To
though he's
hide.
restrained.
Yes. Hey, Julian,
I don't know if you remember.
But there's
remember
roots
it's
over that
restrained?
flower.
It can't. You won't. So you're just swinging at this thing. It's not going anywhere.
It's not.
Anything else?
No.
Okay. And the body opens back up again. And the flower comes out. The petals unfurl.
No.
And another wave of spores. Everybody,
No,
give me a
God.
Constitution saving throw. Thank you.
That one.
Well, I got a
Roshan!
19 that time.
I got a 19 too. I hope that's enough.
Holy
25.
shit!
17.
Okay.
Mm.
Roshan, as you lay on the ground, or no, I don't know where you're laying down. You're like,
Okay.
oh shit. And you can feel it begin to like reverberate
Oh.
in your mind, this
Oh
electricity.
no.
Just things firing that shouldn't be firing.
Oh.
And that's all it can do on its turn. And Keld, you hear a clicking sound. And something leaps from the tree line and collides into the body of this wolf that has this once wolf. A huge, darkened form slams into it, the crunch of bone and ice as it begins to dig large, blunt teeth into this icy flesh and rip it asunder. It is tall and a twisted, unnatural thing, Keld, that lands directly in front of you. And you have a sense that this thing was not born of corruption. This horror has a different origin. It is an elongated humanoid body that you see looks more akin and more adept at walking quadrupedal. Arms and legs are multi-jointed, so it looks like they can bend more times than necessary, just more than they really need to. And they are long and gangly. It is a being that is bony and thin, and the skin kind of looks like a paper bag. It is a mouthful of these like smooth, flat teeth, and it has no eyes. You can see that from this flat top of the head, it almost looks like as if you had taken the top of a skull off of a human, the crown off, and it just the skin grew back over. That's how it looks in appearance. And from this bone and skin jut from the skull, almost like once you fell a tree and there's sort of like the jagged bits that stick up from the wood. It looks like that atop its head, a new crown in place of the old one. Bone-like protrusions stick from the shoulders, like looking as if human structure in the way that these bones were the collarbones, but now stick sharp from their original place. The knees and hips are also a mess, like a knotted mass of bark. Has long, bony fingers that you watch delve into this hollow body, looking for organs to scoop and shovel into its mouth. And the head lifts, dripping syrup and spores. And there's a gentle click as it begins to straighten up. Roshan, can you give me a Constitution saving throw? This is one slightly different.
Yeah, totally. This is great. 8.
Okay. Roshan, involuntarily, you give one of these little shouts as the synopses fire in your mind. You shout, and Keld, you watch it look straight past you with its eyeless face, focusing in on the sound that it just heard as syrup drips and falls across its body, it focusing inwards now. It's going to take over your initiative, bestie. As you look at this thing, everybody needs to make a wisdom saving throw as you behold this thing.
$14.
18.
17.
19.
7.
Roshan and Nana. You are currently frightened. So, Roshan, you are currently under the 2 effects. Nana, you are now just frightened.
Does Nana still have protection with good versus evil?
No.
Oh.
And Keld, I actually didn't need to roll for that, but nobody is near Keld. So, so Keld can't help anybody with that problem. But Keld, you watch this thing straighten up and begin to run towards Roshan. Would you like to take an opportunity attack?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe it's a
Not
friend.
my friend.
He's
It just
my
hugs
friend.
you.
He's my...
Will a 19 hit it?
Question, Julia, will a 19 hit it? 19 hits.
Ooh. Shitty rolls. 13 points.
Okay. You hit into this thing. And it grabs down with its long fingers, digging into the icy dirt, and turns itself mid-run and focuses back in on you. And is going to make all of its attacks against you.
Cool.
That hits. That one's going to miss. That one also is going to miss. Okay. So it comes over and turns to you and opens this mouth with these large flat teeth and is going to try and bite down on you. You're going to take some dabblage.
No, thank you.
You took 22 points of bludgeoning damage as this thing bites, and you can hear like the of your armor as it chomps down onto your shoulder. And then it is and then I need a wisdom saving throw as the teeth bite into you. Guys, welcome back to combat.
Oh boy, I missed it so much.
20.
Okay. You can feel almost like these spores that you were able to shrug off. This thing biting into you. It's almost like it reverberates up your nervous system and into your mind. And you have to use everything you have to push that away. I know we're upset, everyone. Please let me fight. Let me have my combat. This thing bites into you. And that's its turn. Nana, you're up. Well, you're prone, but you're up.
Yeah, I'm prone. Gonna get up. That's half my movement.
Yeah, you cannot
And
move closer. Attacks of disadvantage.
Yep. Yep. So, Nana's gonna, I guess, try for, gee whiz, it's a good freaking question. Probably a second wind for herself, first up, bonus action. Get herself,
Yeah, you
some
can
hit
roll
points
for that
back.
after. What's your action?
I will do so. My action then is going to be, oh, geez. That's a good question. I think I'm gonna try one more time to keep protection from evil and good going on myself, and if I can't, I'm just not gonna try it again. But this is my last attempt for that. So protection from evil and good going on me, and then I'm gonna try to retreat. I guess to within about 20. Like I want to kind of move like diagonal to the action. I'm not able to get closer, but I want to keep everything like in view and I don't want to stay still.
Okay. You are still within 30 feet.
Okay.
At the end of your turn, go ahead and roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Oh, come on, honey. That's a 10.
Okay, you are still frightened. That is your turn. Fen, you are up, or Sean, you are on deck as this new thing enters the combat and just begins to loom over Keld and has bitten into his shoulder.
Ben uses half of his movement to get up to a knee. Uses his bonus action to cast Zephyr Strike once again, but this time on this bitch. And he's gonna put a couple of arrows into its back if he can, and take its aggression off of Keld. No sharpshooter. Is a dirty 20 and a 17 to hit.
The 20 will hit.
Okay.
Keld, you watch an arrow whiz past the side of your head and like stick like heavy, almost like a tree was shot next to you, stick heavy into its body.
31 points of damage. Fen will use it's got 15 feet of movement or 20 feet of movement from his original movement speed left to stand up. Oh, let's call it 15 because it uses half, but he's got 30, so 50 feet of movement to move backwards, because he's got Zephyr Strike, so 30 added to his movement.
You run a bit further into the woods.
Backpedaling, like I would stop it like next. So that's
Yeah. My statement is still sound.
Okay.
Roshan, you're up next. You're on deck.
Roshan is going to cower behind this tree, making some scared noises, and he'll heal himself using bonus action and action. And I'll use, let's see, like 5. No, I'll use all 6 of my Warlock heal. So that's my turn.
Okay. You take the time to heal yourself. Go ahead and roll me a wisdom saving throw. Disadvantage.
Wisdom is 11.
Okay, you are still frightened. And then
Great.
give me, oh, and you fall prone, silly, silly me. Time to give you some more damage. That thing is dead, but it keeps on giving.
Gift.
You take 16 points of psychic damage. You fall prone. Go ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw, I believe it was. Come back. I exited them. Come back.
Fail.
Fail?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
buddy.
The DC isn't incredibly high, but I'll believe you. You fall prone.
Yeah, I got a 4.
Yeah. And you involuntarily yell again. That is your turn, Roshan. Nix, you were up. Keld, you are on deck.
Do I get to attack this new friend with a tree?
You know, bestie, I mean, it's in the same area, and if it's an area thing, sure.
Yeah, if it's within 10 feet of a tree. All right. It needs a dex save.
Roll me a luck check.
I can do that.
Because it is now on the opposite side of Keld.
12.
Okay, it is not within 10 feet of a tree.
That's fine. That's fine.
It's still within that space, but it is not within 10 feet of a tree. It's within 11 feet of a tree.
It's like 10.5.
It's like, sorry.
The branches
half an
are like
inch.
swinging right there.
Oh, it's like
Dang it.
just so close.
Well,
But
I'll use
one
my
step.
bonus action to throw this rock,
Yeah.
which 18 plus 12, so 30.
30 will hit.
16 points of damage. And I need a
This rock
strength.
hits into it. Strength. Strength. What's your save?
20.
Okay. It is a dirty 20.
Okay.
Couldn't remember if it was a
Then-
19, 20, or 21. I'm like, it's in that fan.
All right. And then I will use my action. I will cast Blight on it. So I need
Okay.
a Constitution save.
It succeeds.
All right, so it'll be half damage. Unless it's an undead or a construct, then, never mind. This will just fizzle.
You watch it fizzle.
Nice. Now we know, everybody.
You watch this energy hit into it and just dissipate up its body and away. Anything else, Nix?
Cool. End of turn. It's gonna have to try to not be restrained by roots
All right, here he goes.
/ vines.
He is restrained.
You're welcome, everybody. I did a lot.
Guys, the
You did
amount
good,
I
Nix.
did, staggering.
Honestly, like you're the only one who's been able to do a ton. I mean, Roshan's been able to get in some good shit, and Keld as well. Fenn's
Held,
gotten
it is
some
your
good shit.
turn. Nana, you're the next player character on deck.
We'll see if she's able to do anything this turn.
Okay, how's it looking? Still like an abomination?
Oh, still like a nasty monster. And it's restrained, you have advantage.
Wow. Thank you, Nix. Hell yeah. That's gonna be 27 to hit.
27 hits. Don't add your undead related things.
Right. But I am going to
But I am going.
blinding smite it.
Okay, Keld, you do see, I will say this because you've been in this thing's face. You see it has no eyes. It is not using sight.
That's true. It just has a nasty mouth, doesn't it?
Just got a nasty mouth.
God. I hate that.
Yeah, so you don't know if blinding smite would work. It might, but
That's true.
it doesn't have eyeballs that you can see.
Then perchance we won't risk that. We'll save the spell slot.
Okay. And that would have had to
Just
go
do-
before your attack. Because it's a bonus action to get those smites.
Right.
So what do we got? How much damage on the first one?
We got 14 damage on that hit.
Okay. And your second attack? So if you wanted to, you could do a bonus action now to add on a different type of smite for your second attack. If you were so inclined.
That's all I got. Oh, there's this. But I don't know if maybe. All right,
Up to
we'll
you.
give it a shot. I'm curious.
What are you
And I've still
smiting?
got my advantage.
Yes, advantage all day. What
Hell yeah.
extra smite are you putting on?
We're attempting to wrathful smite.
Okay,
All right, 26 to hit.
that hits.
So that will be my normal damage plus my smite.
Mhm.
Okay. $23 damage? Yeah.
Okay. And the effect is fear.
Yes. Well, actually, it took a d6 of psychic damage, and it has to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. I don't know if it's succeeding.
15.
No, I'm saying it's not.
Okay.
I'm implying that I don't think it's going to succeed.
Okay. So then it is frightened until the spell
Okay.
ends.
It is immune to fear.
Yeah.
But you did extra
had a
damage,
feeling.
so damage is damage. But
We'll take it.
you can't really read its face well enough. Maybe it's afraid. It is just all mouth. It's really not a incitable thing.
Hmm.
Is that your turn, Kel?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, by golly, there's nobody else to focus on, is there? It's only you. So it's going to attack you. It has disadvantage. The first attack with the claws is going to hit. The second attack with the claws is going to miss. And the bite is going to hit. The claws. You take 18 points of slashing damage from these like long gangly fingers that just kind of dig into you under your armor and like push into your ribs. And then the teeth. I feel scorned. You take 16 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oof.
And then I need a wisdom saving throw.
Ugh. You guys probably see Keld start to slump a little bit. Wisdom saving. 13.
Okay. And then go D&D Beyond. Roll. And then you are going to take 30 points of psychic damage.
30?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
How are you
It's pretty
doing?
big.
Holding on by 3 HP.
Wow.
Oh,
Ah!
bud! Oh, bud!
This
My
thing
brain.
leans in close, its mouth dripping your blood, and you just hear these gentle clicking sounds. Can't go anywhere. Can't run. It's restrained. And it's just focusing in on you. Gently clicking. That is its turn. Nana, you're up. Fen, you're on deck.
All right. Well, Nana cannot get closer to these things yet. Yikes. Okay. Which of the remaining ones have any of them taken damage that
There's
are
only
still up?
one thing in play.
There is only the one thing left. Okay.
Yeah.
All
Everything
right.
else is down.
Nana's within 30 feet of it, and with her thrown weapon fighting specialty, she's got proficiency with her spear, which allows her to throw, I think
Yep,
it's out to
go.
60 feet.
Sure, make your attacks.
Yeah. All right. Okay. I'm
not pulling up
to...
anybody's character sheet right now. You guys can lie to me all day if you want to, but it'll hurt my feelings.
To my knowledge, I am not lying to you.
I don't
If
think
I'm
you are. Please roll.
wrong, yeah. If I'm wrong, then that's just what it is. But I do have Slayer's Prey going on.
Okay.
So I'm doing an extra D6.
You have disadvantage on the attack because of fear.
Right.
So go ahead and roll to hit.
Yeah, roll to hit. 15 hit.
15 does not hit, as this
Okay.
spear stabs into the ground at the feet of Keldon, this thing, digging into like one of these living roots.
It'll void back. It's
Yeah.
fine. Nana will pick another and yeet it, and that one, 17 hit?
17 does not hit.
Nope. Okay. All right.
This one hits into the body, and it just reaches up these gangly arms and pulls it out, and then it wipes out of its hand and back to you. Go ahead and if you have nothing else, you can go ahead and roll your wisdom saving throw.
Think that was pretty much all she had.
I think you have advantage because you have protection from good and evil, so you have advantage on this wisdom saving throw.
Yes. Okay. Oh, thank God for advantage on that one. Otherwise, it could have been a nat 1, but it's still not going to be enough. It's just a 13.
Okay, you are still frightened. And that is the end of your turn.
Cool.
Fen, you are up. Roshan, you are on deck.
Fen is going to use his bonus action to Hunter's Mark this son of a bitch.
Okay.
Then he's going to take a couple shots at it without sharpshooter.
Okay.
One of them is a 26, and the other one is a 19.
Both of those are going to hit.
Right.
You watch 2 arrows hit into its body as it looks like it is priming to attack you again. Yes, Nana?
I noticed a thing that may have applied to something on my turn last. I'll wait till my next turn if need be in order to inquire about it.
42.
I mean, go ahead. How much damage?
42 points of damage.
Okay.
And he's just gonna call out with his whatever free action interaction.
Yep.
Nix, get him out of there.
You call out and like look over and like Nix is next to you because you said you ran towards Nix. So you're like,
yeah. Well, no, just like it just yeah.
Okay.
Just like, huh?
Hi, all right. Hey, man. Okay. What was your question, Nana?
Since I have Slayer's Prey active on the currently active Bugaboo, I have supernatural defense through that, which when a target of this forces me to make a saving throw, I can add an extra 1d6 to that. I don't know if the extra 1d6 would have put me over that last saving throw or not. But
what'd you roll?
It was, I think, a 13 total.
Okay. Go ahead and roll.
D6. That's a 2, so that is 15. Probably still not good enough.
The DC is 16.
I figured! That's fine.
So still frightened.
Yep.
Off we go. Roshan, you are up. Nix, are on deck.
Roshan is going to give himself a healing word and hopefully not die. And then he will pull himself up to his knees behind this tree and thrust a hand forward toward the ensnared creature and make it make a dex save.
Okay. Does restrained affect dex?
I think so.
Yeah, back to the top.
Yeah, disadvantage.
It fails.
Great. Then it takes, wow, 8 radiant damage.
Ooh, there you go. And this
And Roshan
hits
heals
into it.
for 9.
Beautiful. And then Roshan falls prone and is gonna take some
Yeah.
damage.
Dang, dude.
You not have
Wait,
an opportunity to use movement.
They stood up. I don't. He doesn't need to move.
20 psychic damage.
Jesus Christ.
And you fall prone. Go ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw with disadvantage.
Fail. It's a 4.
Okay. You remain affected by this, and yell out again. Keld, you can see that this thing is reacting to the noises, but understands its place at this moment.
Does a 13 save versus fear? Probably not.
Oh no. It would have saved
well.
against the other thing though.
Well, I wouldn't have rolled that anyway, so.
Oh, a shame and a pity all day. Roshan just was like, well, then just kind of, I think, like braces an arm and kind of just like bends the knees and falls. You just lay down.
Languishes against the tree.
Oh no. And then you feel your knees give after you lay down.
And then a yelp.
Roshan, that's your turn. Nyx, you were up. Keld, you're on deck.
Ouch, me bones.
Yeah. Still not near a tree because she hasn't moved.
Yeah.
Keld, how about you take 83 points of health back as I cast heal on you?
Fuck yeah!
I will happily take that.
That's
That's what we love to see.
And then we'll throw a rock with my bonus action.
And then I throw a rock.
I throw more rocks.
All right, throw a rock at it.
It's 13. 25.
25 hits. I think it's wild that heal is not a touch spell. I
Right?
think that's something that I would be like, this should be a touch spell, but regardless.
Hey, I'll get closer to him. Not next to him, but I'll be closer.
I'll step forward.
Yeah.
I will approach, since I can.
Not 6. I can't math.
Oh, I'm using a
14.
calculator.
14.
Okay. You can see that like part of like the strange flat skull like cracks off and just scatters to the ground, and this thing is hollow and strange. It looks like it is falling apart.
Good.
And with that, Keld, it is your turn.
Time to smash this pinata. Hmm.
God, did Keld say it out loud? Please say set it up.
Yeah,
He says it
smash
to
the
it. Only that
pinata.
thing can hear it. This guy hears it, nobody else.
Just this guy.
Just this guy. Me and this guy have a moment.
Smash this pinata.
And he's like, all right, that's pretty cool. Then gets the one fist.
And get
All right, you have advantage on the attack because I assume the restrained is not a thing I just casually get to roll against again. I'll look at this spell later, but I believe you that it's busted.
Hey, 19 hits, right?
Right? Yes.
Right. Yeah.
19 hit.
All right, dude. We'll take this whole 12 damage.
Okay. Your second attack.
$17 to hit.
17 does not hit. As you watch this thing hold on by a thread.
Damn it.
You know it is. You could cleave it in two in this moment. And it's almost like its body just fully shoulders the weight of your sword. And its mouth begins to open wide.
No.
Oh no.
Anything else, Keld?
Oh, please.
Don't know if you really have anything, but
No, I'm gonna stand my ground.
cool. Hell yeah.
This is fine.
Great.
And
You're allowed to attempt to escape it with an action.
I refuse.
What?
So it's gonna focus on Keld. That was my
Hmm.
assumption, and that's why I'm staying here with my bestie.
Oh, fun.
The first claw attack is going to hit. The second claw attack misses. The bite attack hits, negating my cool nat 20, but that's okay. The first attack with the claws.
Here we go again.
"23 points of slashing damage from the claws as it hooks an arm around you and kind of embraces you and holds you there in front of it.
Oh.
As it opens this mouth
No.
I
and
don't
goes
like
to
that.
bite down. It's going to see, that's what you get when you move the dice around, Jillian, and you lose them. There. Man, you'd think rolling d10s you'd be out here balling, but you take 13 points of bludgeoning damage, and I need a wisdom saving throw.
16.
16 exactly saves.
Wisdom
this-
saved.
Yeah.
This thing just kind of is now just like leaning on you and is like supported by these roots and is just sort of like holding on to you and like mimicking breathing.
This weird
Like you can
embrace.
see into its body. It has no lungs. There are no organs inside of it. It is a hollow vessel, and it just lounges against
Strange.
you as if standing now is just too difficult, and it trusts you to hold it up. That is its turn.
That's a friendly
Nana.
gesture.
Trustful.
Are we friends? Nana, it's your turn. Then you're on deck.
Well, even if Nana may have some doubts about her friends at this present moment, that thing is definitely not more friendly. So, I'm gonna try and hit it with some spears.
Okay, roll with disadvantage.
Yep. Here we go. Fuck me. Nana's dice don't want to play anymore, I guess. Okay, honey. Go sit in the corner then. Okay, disadvantage. 18 to hit.
18 just hits.
Technically, it is 19 to hit, but whatever, doesn't matter. It
That
hit anyway.
even more hits.
Even more hits by 1. Hell yeah. Okay, so that's gonna be that plus Slayer's Prey, which is an extra d6. Oh, hell yeah. 15 points of piercing damage.
How would you like to do this?
All right, I think Nana works up enough nerve to jump up from behind the tree that she's currently crouched behind and just kiting past, not getting closer, just flings a spear as directly as she can, like into the open chasm of its head where it's already been partly like flaked off. Just shunk right through that, pierces it down into the ground.
This spear flies through the air and crushes through the back of this thing's already broken skull. And Keld, you watch the point of the spear kind of like hit past right next to your face as this thing slumps forward with its like too long of body as its head hits the ground. And you watch as the body begins to shrivel and move and shake and then lays there as a cloak on the ground. And that is where we are going to stop for tonight. Thank you all for being here. We appreciate it. We love telling you guys a story. If you'd like more of that story, you can head over to youtube.com/the Dice Cult and watch all past episodes of On the Backs of Gods, which if you're watching this, you're already here. You did it. Good job. You can also watch one-shots and other D&D games and Vampire the Masquerade, whatever you're vibing. If you want to keep up with us, we are at Backs of Gods on Instagram and Twitter. If you want to keep up with all of us, we are at the Dice Cult on Instagram and Twitter. If you go down to the links below, you can get some beautiful dice that are here to tell stories and, in this case, roll wisdom saving throws. Thank you for being here. We appreciate it. Love telling you a story with some lovely dice. And we'll be here same time, same place, Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I will see you guys next time. Good night, everybody.
Thanks for joining us, cultists.